So I says, yo, haha, it's all in the words.
All right, all right, all right. What's going on with you tonight? Or this morning? Or this afternoon? Yo, my name is Podrey, and right here in this background, this is what you call Second Life. Second Life being a 3D platform where you create an avatar. This is my avatar. Today I'm wearing my fuck Trump um outfit. Dump Trump. Dump him. See my cap? Cap says fuck Trump. Fuck him. So anyway, I I had some thoughts, and based off the title, you should see that I'm thinking about kids. It's one of those things where I've had children around me time to time, and man, they take me through an emotional roller coaster. And the reason why I say that is because when I get around a kid, I want to give them something that I didn't have, and that's being that's a male role model that that doesn't contradict himself as much as it's one of those things where I know I'm gonna contradict myself, but I don't want to do it all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? Fucking I want to be the type of guy that whenever I'm around a kid, they will see, that I'm trying to give my all towards life, flaws and all. And when it comes down to kids, it's like they frustrate me. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's an emotional roller coaster. So it takes me back, and I remember when I was a child, I was like, if I ever had kids, I will first and foremost want to remember that I was a kid at one point in time, and I wouldn't be too hard on any of the kids. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I got older, you know what I'm saying? I would sit back and I'd make sure that I'd remember what it was like to be a child. You know what I'm saying? Through all the phases of life, of a child's life. And so, with that being said, it's like that right there gives a kid a pass whenever they're around me. But then it gets to a point where, man, they just can't get too many fucking passes. Especially when I know a child is wiser, smarter than what they are putting on. You know what I'm saying? What they're acting like. It's one of those things where it's like I remember when I had teachers telling me that there was something in me that I had more potential than what I was using. And you know what I'm saying? As far as my schoolwork and being an overall good kid anyway. It was like, I'm not living up to my potential. And I understand that because I remember what I was doing at that time, and I remember how lazy I was at that time. So it's one of those things where, I can um I can confess, or I can claim, what I'm saying, my flaws that I was having at that time without any excuses. Um, I remember that some of my elders, like folks that used to be aunts and uncles or whatever the fuck, what I'm saying, they would sit back and say that I was the type of kid, what I'm saying, being in my diapers. Okay, here's a memory from what somebody said when I was in my diaper, a kid in my diapers. They said that they would constantly look around and be like, okay, so where he at? And then when they see me, what I'm saying, they'll be like, I was like, always, it looked like I was always in some thoughts. And they said that, I always gave that vibe that, what I'm saying, I better be watched because, I'm thinking about doing something. You know what I mean? And eventually, I ended up doing something, but I didn't get caught. It's one of those things where I put a lot of thought into shit before doing it. You know what I mean? And it was one of those things where it's like, I remember when someone told me that they used to think that I was, taking a shit in my diaper, but I wasn't. I was just, what I'm saying, basically having in my thoughts. You know what I mean? Just focused on something. And growing up, I was raised in a child should be seen and not heard type of household. And they gave me nothing but time to be in my thoughts, preparing myself to be, a child that, or a young adult that I was really trying to be. It's like I I used to sit back and say that I wanted to be a family man. For a majority of my life, that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a family man. It didn't matter what type of career I had. I was just like, as long as I brought in some dough, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Um, that's part of me doing my part of the job of you know what I'm saying, of that being a part of that family, that unit. You know what I'm saying? It's like fucking I had to bring in the, I had to be a provider. I had to work and all that kind of good shit, and I knew that. So I was just like, man, I used to think of, what type of jobs I wanted to work, and cooking was my shit. The reason why I knew cooking was my shit is because I remember there was some times when, I ain't gonna say sometimes, but there was a time when I had this cardboard box and I had it turned upside down and I drew 3 circles on it. It basically, I created a stove, and my mom was cooking some biscuits, and she gave me the scrap dough, and I used that dough up as though I was pretending to make different type of dishes. You know what I'm saying? I made little circles, flat little circles. It was calling them eggs, little flat strips, calling them bacon. You know what I mean? Drew a skillet on that stove. You know what I'm saying? It was just one of those things where I was using my imagination to cook. And so I don't know, man. It just made me think about, for the kids that was going to be around me, I wanted to pay attention to see, what they were into and how they developed. And it's like I said, you know, it was an emotional roller coaster because um when I was younger, we got outside, and things was pretty much balanced of being outside and earning your privileges to go outside for one. You know what I mean? We had to. It's like as much as you wanted to go outside, you had to make sure you had your shit together before you go outside. And if you didn't go outside, then you're stuck watching all the rest of the kids play. All right. So it was one of those things where I'm like, man, watching these kids as I was growing up, they didn't have that type of spirit of wanting to go outside and you know what I'm saying, wanting to play with friends and shit and do outside things. And that bothered me. I'm like, kind of fucking kids are these, man? And so I don't know, man. I still look at it like even though if you're gonna be inside, I mean, don't waste your life away. What kind of young adult are you gonna be? And then I look. It's like I learned vicariously through other people. You know what I'm saying? It's like as I was going through puberty and going through my hormones. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I was a hopeless romantic and a sucker for love and all that kind of good shit because of the way I thought and the way that I wanted to treat the girls and you know what I'm saying, the way I wanted them to treat me and you know what I mean, the things that I wanted to be like as far as different from the other niggas that they fuck with and shit. And it wasn't about being a hater. It was about being, what I'm saying, being something that they couldn't have. I mean, being something they didn't have. And when I look at these kids now, I'm like, what type of young adult do you want to be? What type of young adult? I mean, and some of them did want to be some things. You know what I'm saying? They wanted some careers. It was a few of them. It was like two or three other kids, you know what I'm saying, that I claimed as a stepdaddy. You know what I mean? That wanted to do something with their life when we talked. But that was it. The rest of them didn't have any hopes and dreams. You know what I'm saying? Um, Most of them, use the excuse of, well, the elders around me ain't doing shit, but they got cars, they got their own place to live, and whatever, whatever. And I'm just like, that's fucking low, man. That's petty. You know what I'm saying? It it's one of those things where if you can establish that without any education, just think of what you could establish if you did have education. That means you basically double up or triple up whatever you're talking about possessing as far as what you see other people having. You know what I mean? If you had education, you have that plus some more shit. So I always try to motivate kids to be a lot more than what they were trying to be. And I remember I had to be about it and talk. I mean, it's like walk the walk and talk the talk. So it was difficult, man. Very fucking difficult. That's why I say that emotional roller coaster took me through times when I was just like I understand. Then there was times where I'm like I have no tolerance for the bullshit. I remember when I was going for my trade in trade school, and it was Job Corps, and I was mayor of the dorm 3 times. I was mayor of one dorm, the first dorm I was in, and it got closed down, and we got you know, moved to different dorms, and then the dorm that I moved into was an honor dorm, and I ended up being the mayor of that dorm twice. It's not like I was doing extra shit to become that. I mean, I wasn't doing extra shit, you know what I'm saying, to get nominated for it. I was just being me doing everyday shit. And it's one of those things where um I was just being me. And I couldn't hide the things that other people saw that they liked in me. I couldn't hide that shit. No matter what it was. No matter if it was the weed or the alcohol. You know what I mean? I was getting blowed and I was drinking when I could and all kind of shit. But my life was still steered, driven into the roles that I was into. You know what I mean? And it's just like, fuck, man. When I didn't want to be married no more, I was damn near sabotaging my shit. Because I was just like, man, y'all can just take this shit away from me. You know what I'm saying? And this is one of those things where I knew that if I got stripped from the title, then the rest of my shit would get investigated as well. You know what I mean? Why would a good student go and, fuck up so much? You know what I mean? There has to be some kind of emotional and psychological thing going on that needs to get fixed. Because what the fuck am I doing in trade school when I'm not trying to be the best that I can be? Type shit. So I had to walk the walk and talk the talk. And I enjoyed it. And like I said, it wasn't, it, like I said, it was something I just couldn't hide. You know what I mean? When we had our pageant, our Job Corps pageant, I got third place. No, I got fourth place. And fourth place was congeniality. I was, Mr. Congeniality. And I'm saying all this because I took all the knowledge, that basic knowledge that I gathered, you know what I'm saying, through my years. You know what I'm saying? Fucking as a child, learning vicariously through my peers and not doing certain things and getting away with certain things. You know what I mean? It's like, and being brought up in this American based world. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where I worried about my protection. You know what I'm saying? About my security. I traveled to school. I traveled miles back and forth to school because I lived in one district, but I went to school in another district. And during that time, you know what I'm saying, it was like, fuck, man, you never know when somebody was going to do some racist shit to me. Um, and even before then, it was just one of those things where I could never feel completely safe because of racism. You know what I mean? When I hear a loud truck rolling up behind me, you know what I'm saying? I'm constantly, damn near flinching, getting ready to get hit with, a slushy or a closed can or a bottle of something. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things where, I was raised in an environment to be aware of my surroundings, knowing that anything could happen at any given time. But at the same time, I had to learn how to enjoy life. So even though I'm walking up and down the street, fa la 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 la, you know what I mean? It's one of those things where I'm like, who that? Who this? Where I is? Where I'm not supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Where am I at? You know what I mean? I'm not supposed to be here and things like that. Let me get the fuck away from this side of town. All kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Or if I'm walking in somebody's town, I'm like, okay, I'm looking up the street and I'm seeing, a porch full of people. So let me go around the block and then end up on the other side of the block, you know what I'm saying, away from them. Do a detour and shit like that. You know what I'm saying, creeping around the streets and shit. But trying to explain to kids that, you know what I'm saying, that's just a part of life and it's a good thing, you know what I mean, to try to be secure. But it's just one of those things where you got to have an understanding of why it's like that and understand the history of America, you know what I'm saying, so that way these kids that I was trying to mentor and try to be a stepdad to and things like that could pick it up. So that way if I was never, it's like it's one of those things where I knew that I wasn't guaranteed to be in their lives. And it's well, like I wanted to leave something in their heads to where they'd be like, somebody did tell me this before, so they can't act like they ain't never heard it before. You understand what I'm saying? So nowadays I just sit back and I'm like, man, I wonder how other people were when they were kids. You know what I mean? And I wonder if there's a lot of shit that they had to let go of in order to be a better person in life. It's like religion. You know, um, my parent had us in church a little bit when we was kids, and whenever I wasn't with my parent, what I'm saying, my guardians, they had me in church a little bit. Other than that, it was just a thing where, you know, um, it's better to believe in, what I'm saying, that old Jesus and God shit, and just, remember that, that's the protection, that's the life, the source, that's the reason why this, the reason why that, and shit. And by the time I got like 14, 15, I had chosen a church I wanted to go to. And the reason why I wanted to go to the church is because I wanted to get close to this girl. And I wanted to hang out with the rest of the kids. And, saying that was my age. And so I'd fall asleep during during the big church time and all that kind of shit, you know what I'm saying? Wake up and be like, all right, let's go, man. Where we gonna go chill? You know what I mean? I had to go there high, you know what I'm saying? Hungover. I'm like, man, fuck that, man. Didn't the Bible say come as you is? And I was always ready for somebody to fuck with me on that shit. So I'm like, man, didn't the Bible say come as you are? God damn it. You know what I'm saying? But I knew that I was walking on the fence because there's a lot of bullshit that I couldn't believe because, there was no evidence. There wasn't nothing for me to hold on to say that that's exactly the way that it should be, logically. You know what I'm saying? The way it was written in the Bible and shit. So I was always, like questioning what the fuck that Bible was talking about. And, it was just there. It was a novelty. And so, fucking with these kids, as I, saying that as I became an adult, I realized that none of the kids that I had fucked with, or that I had, oh, my bad, I don't mean to say it like that, but the kids that, I had in my life, they wasn't religious based, what I'm saying, their parents wasn't religious based. I mean, I would say that mom wasn't religious based, so I was lucky that, what I'm saying, I didn't have to go to that level of mentoring, you know what I mean? But for me, I had to unthink a lot of shit. And it's fucked up because it made me angry towards my parents and the adults around me and shit. Cause I'm like, why'd y'all even take me through this shit? How can somebody just? What I was like, why wasn't what I'm saying, the elders in my life? Why wasn't they more intelligent enough to 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 be what they are now? Like now, what I'm saying. When I say now, it's like whatever present time that was. You know what I'm saying? It was like they wasn't even as religious as they was back in the day when they was trying to push the shit down my throat. It was like, how come you couldn't have been this way when I was younger? So that way we could have just skipped that whole fucking phase. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to be that way with the kids that would come into my life at some point in time. So it just makes me, think and wonder about how folks are when it comes down to, their children and how they want to be remembered. And it's like I think adults need to feel like, it's they're in a worthy position. You know what I'm saying? It's like a child doesn't ask to be here. And so it's a privilege to even have a child around you because, their life source is so energetic. The energy is so powerful, so beautiful, so innocent And if it's fucked up or and neglected and shit, you know what I'm saying? It can make the world cry. It can make, you know what I'm saying, people just it's like I'm kind of my bad. It's just a passionate thing where it's like when you see a child that's happy, you know what I'm saying, the rest of the folks that see that happy child are happy as well. But when we see a child that is not happy, you know what I mean, we all cry together for that child and with that child. You know what I'm saying? Decent people, at least, you know what I'm saying, they're like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, I wish kids didn't have to go through the bullshit that adults take them through. Does that make sense? I wish kids didn't have to go through the bullshit that, adults were taking them through, yeah. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where when you see a child that got beat to death, got shook to death, got raped, you know what I'm saying, got kidnapped, got sold, got eaten. You know what I mean? It's like, why even bring a child? It's like, don't you know yourself enough to where if you're a fucked up individual, you just stay away from kids? Why fuck up something so innocent? Something, you know what I'm saying, that they can't defend itself and shit like that. Why even do it, man? It's fucked up. So I want to be the type of person that a kid could look up to, a kid could trust. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be the type of person that a kid could remember whenever they're making choices in life. They be like, somebody like him was in my life to let me know these things. You know what I'm saying? So that way, when I got to this point, I could make the best decision I can make. When it comes down to adults, I'm like, man, fuck adults, you know what I'm saying? You gonna do what you gonna do, you know what I mean? I know a lot of people are just like, yo, I still need help here and there. I'm like, well, goddamn it, for one, maybe you didn't listen to your parents, or maybe you didn't listen to somebody when they was trying to give you good advice in life, or you know what I'm saying? There's a reason why adults are in fucked up positions, you know what I'm saying? When it comes down to them making choices. Now, if there's an adult out there that was abused as an adult, against their will type shit, somebody overpowered them and fucked up their life, you know what I'm saying? Then that is something completely different. You know what I mean? That's something completely different. If there's an adult out there that, you know what I'm saying, that got shot and their mental capacity isn't as strong, then that's something different, you know what I mean? Or they got stricken with an illness, you know what I'm saying, that fucked up their mental capacity or their physical capacity, shit like that, that's out of a person's control. I empathize and I understand completely what that's like. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I go through it my goddamn self. And I'm not lying when I say sometimes, because I have good days and I have bad days physically. So it's like, man, I think, as an adult, you know, you have to walk a you have to walk a good walk. You got to walk the best walk that you can possibly walk. And I think as a young person, your job is to soak up as much knowledge and learn as much as you can, so that way you can be, you can form into a great adult, someone who can give back. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who can obtain so much for yourself that you can give back. And it's like, man, I put a lot of thought into life. I put a lot of thought into the man that I wanted to be. And it pisses me off when I see relationships. Because I'm like, man, look, why the fuck you want to get into a relationship with somebody when you don't even know who you completely are, who you are? You know what I'm saying? You don't know half of who you are. You don't even know half of what you're capable of being. Most of us don't know that until we get into our 30s and our 40s, because it takes life's experiences. And so I'll be like, man, I remember my hormones, and I know that if I had a time machine, I'd go back and change some shit. And it's one of those things where if I had a time machine, I'd want to go back and I want to be able to remember all the shit that I know now, because I would goddamn write books. You know what I'm saying? I would want people to journey along with me, so we can prove to the world that, you know what I'm saying, my way of thinking, their way of thinking, our way of thinking is not fucked up. You know what I mean? It's like, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I know this video's getting long, and I know I'm just talking my talk, but it's just a topic that means a lot to me, because I have a child that's in my life right now, and it's like I'm helping my brother raise her, and I want her to be the best that she can. She's my niece, and I want her to be the best woman that she can be. You know what I'm saying? So I get upset with her, and then there's times when I get a little numb, because I'm like, look, man, I can't be all shits and giggles with her because she played too much. But then I can't be so stern to where she feel like, she just can't come to me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I have to be a balance somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I have to keep things balanced in some kind of way. Oh man, I don't know, man. That's why this video is basically like, yo, if you can remember the type of kid you was, you know what I'm saying? Can you like leave me a comment, or if you got your own channel, can you make a video and explain what type of kid you was, and the things that you needed to go through, the things that you didn't. Was there some things that you didn't want to go through? You know what I'm saying? What was the process that you had to be in? Had to go through in order to be the adult that you are. You know what I'm saying? Are you the type of adult that still need help? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if you are, then can you like let me know, you know what I'm saying, why you didn't have all the provisions, all the things that you needed growing up, you know what I'm saying, to be more of a productive person. You know what I mean? I was afraid of being a person that I can't stand codependency. So, it's like I never wanted to be a person that depended on other people. And it's like part of my life now. I got to depend on folks in some way, form, or another. That's another reason why I don't, you know, um, do video cam. I used to. On my other channel, on my other channel, man, I had all kind of video blogs going on. You know what I'm saying? But I was living by myself. And whenever I live with other people, I feel like I need to protect them. So I don't want anybody, you know what I'm saying, to try to take advantage of me and fuck them over. You know what I'm saying? So I don't, put up videos, showing what I look like and things like that, because you never know what goes on through a person's head. You know what I'm saying? People take advantage of beautiful people. People take advantage of ugly people. You know what I'm saying? Fucked up people. You know what I mean? Physically fucked up. Handicapped people and shit like that. So, you know what I'm saying? What makes me so special? Somebody could easily, you know what I'm saying, look at my videos and try to take advantage of me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to give them extra, extra reasons to want to take advantage of me and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're listening, if you're still with me right now, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm about to end the video, but leave me some comments. Let me know, you know what I'm saying, what life was like with you. What was, your thought process going through everything you needed to go through to become the person that you are now. All right. And once again, um, this shit that you see on my screen is coming from Second Life, and it's a platform where it's like, say I wanted to come over and talk with DJ Dollar Bill. He's on my friend list. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to talk with Portia, you know what I mean? All I had to do is come over here and choose their names. And if I wanted to talk to them through instant message, all I had to do is, hit instant message, or you can call them and talk to them over the mic. It's like my best friend Taya. Right now, she's on the property that we share, and she's decorating her garden, her garden house. You know what I'm saying? But if I wanted to talk to her, then I'd call her, and we'd talk voice to voice. But if I wanted to leave, this is the instant message part. If I wanted to, leave her a message right here, she'd respond to that as soon as she saw it. It's like there's gonna be a live performance tonight, and it's gonna be starting soon. It starts at 6. So if I wanted to take her to it, I'd be hitting her up right now. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not, because I don't want to go to it, because I got some videos that I want to edit and upload to my channel, and you know what I mean. If I go to that event, then I'm gonna need to use my OBS and keep it on Second Life. Um, it's like right then and there, right now I'm teleporting back to my crib. You know what I'm saying? This is my crib. What I like about Second Life is you can interact with a bunch of shit. It's like if I wanted to interact with my chimney, fireplace and everything, you can buy or build fireplaces that you can interact with. Meaning, you click on it and there's a menu for you to do so much stuff. It's like with the bed. You know what I'm saying? If I want to do some shit, get in there, cuddle, kiss, foreplay, sexual shit, or get into the singles menu to where I just lay or sit on the bed or something like that. I could do that. You know what I'm saying? That's what's so cool about Second Life. Our houses, it's 3D. So sometimes it looks bigger than what it is. Sometimes it looks smaller than what it is. It's like if I wanted to, I can go right over here, sit down on the couch, and watch a movie, watch live TV, watch YouTube, sit here, change whatever type of sitting style I want, single male, change different settings that I want to sit in. But I'm not doing all that. This is my AO, so I want to turn my AO off, so that way, I don't sit through the furniture. So you see my avatar is sitting there chilling. And if I want to watch something on the TV, then I kind of get up close to the TV. Turn it on. And it's a white screen right now while it's loading and getting prepared. And then I don't know if you can see this or not, but you got all these different little windows right here that you can get into, like um, that's YouTube, there's that's 181.FM, that's a radio station, that's a movie channel, that's live TV, that's more music. You know what I'm saying? There's porn and all kind of shit that you can watch. You know what I'm saying? And it's all based off of the internet. You know what I'm saying? No commercials. You know what I mean? All kind of movies, all kind of shit. So if I just wanted to sit back and if I want to watch a movie, all I gotta do is just get my camera zoomed in to get it to fill the picture. I mean to fill the screen and get a movie put. Get a movie started. You know what I mean? I'm cool like that. Um, what I like about Grand Theft Auto 5 is that on Grand Theft Auto 5 there is you see the I think yeah, you can see the lips on my avatar moving. So it's like on Grand Theft Auto 5, I love the graphics on it. The graphics look great. You know what I'm saying? I love being able to walk through and do different things, but you can't do things like this. You can't just sit on the front. Well, you can sit down on the furniture and you can watch their TV channels. They have specific channels that you can watch. You know what I'm saying? You can dress your avatar, but Second Life has a lot more freedoms. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where I wish that there was a game where it's like that was a mix between Grand Theft Auto and Second Life. The reason why I say a mix between Grand Theft Auto and Second Life is because what I like about Grand Theft Auto is it's an online thing, so you can hook up with a lot of people that's online, just like here on Second Life. Second Life is globally, just like Grand Theft Auto. Um, but as far as driving goes, here goes. It's the controller, the Xbox controller. I can't use that here on Second Life. I think you can in some ways, but not the same way as you could on Grand Theft Auto 5. You know what I'm saying? There's Second Life is way bigger. If I wanted to go travel, you know what I'm saying, I can type up search words, come to the search engine, and I could travel. I can go so many places. If I wanted to go to somewhere in Miami, someplace that's based on Miami, all I gotta do is type in Miami, or Africa, or London, or Brazil, or, you know what I'm saying, if there was a certain state, like Atlanta or California, you know what I'm saying, I type in those keywords, and somebody could have created a place that is looking like the place you want to go. It's like if I was a good enough creator, I would buy some land, which is basically renting some land from the developers. And let's say if I wanted a country setting of what my idea of a country setting is, then I would take that whole property and I would, you know what I'm saying, build it the way I want to. Let's say like one corner had cornfields with all the tractors and the farm animals and the the barn houses. And let's say across from that, you know what I'm saying, I wanted a river or a lake. I could do all that here in Second Life. I could create all that shit. And then I would put it up. I would post it in the classifieds under, certain keywords or titles. That way if somebody wanted to come to a simple country life, yeah, I would probably title it A Simple Country Life, something like that. And if somebody wanted to partake in that, you know what I'm saying, they could. They can come and teleport to my place and enjoy it. And one of those things, what is this? My neighbors put up a different type of border. And I didn't see that over there. I didn't see that vegetation. But Second Life is the shit, man. A lot of people who oh yeah, this is the outside of my house. There's so many properties that you can buy or rent, put your houses up, you know what I'm saying, decorate your land the way you want to decorate it. It's like all this shit here, I decorated it. You know, these trees, those waterfalls, you know, you buy it or you build it, put it on your land to make it as comfortable as you want to make it. Over here, right here next to the house, I made a pond. Let me stand up my avatar and I'll take you to that pond real quick. What I'm gonna do is double click. My avatar goes there, teleports there. Yeah, I created this pond by terraforming the land. Basically, you know, I sunk the land down because under the land is water. So when you take this green area and when you sink it down so far, you'll get water. And then, you know, you buy decorative rocks and all kind of shit. You know, if I wanted this water to be a different color, you can buy some different layers, and you know, you just put it like right here where it's real blue. If I click on this and try to I mean, not try, but edit it, I can raise this whole part up, raise it down, and this blue texture would turn into this clear color because it will be under the water level. It's just some shit, man. Some cool creative ass shit where you can come and you can enjoy yourself. Go to clubs where I was when I started off. You know, everybody was standing at the club. There was a few people dancing, things like that. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a creative type person, you know, you can come to Second Life and, you know, make a good hobby out of this. I used to landscape property for people. I had a real good time doing that. Nowadays, I'm usually AFK. But me and Taya, we share this property, and we both like to dance. So it's like whenever we program our HUDs, because you have dance HUDs where you can plug in a lot of dances, and then it'll animate your avatar. You know, the different dances that you choose. But you know, I made us a little dance floor over here. But it's like, you know, if you're wondering what does all this have to do with the topic of this video, is one of those things where out of all the kids that had been in and out of my life, at this point right now, I'm 46. If their parents, if their mothers had it done right by me, I could be able to share all the things that I know in life in order to help them out in life. This platform with Second Life, you can make money. You can make money that transfer into US dollar credit. I mean US dollars. You can take US dollars, to put into the game, you know what I'm saying, and uses game money. You can do vice versa. You can become a DJ and make money on here. Loads of money. You can create clothes. You can create buildings. You can create landscaping stuff. You can create all kind of shit. What it is creators on here, they create all the things that other people want to use. Earrings, jewelry and shit. Platinum, diamond. Anything that looks realistic. It's like Nikes. These Air Maxes that I got on, I couldn't find Air Maxes like this a few years ago because wasn't nobody making them. You know, there was a big old strict thing about copyright and shit. You know, name brands like Champion or Tommy Hilfiger or Fendi or Gucci. You know what I'm saying? And then the creators on here found a way to get around that. So now we're walking around with those label clothes. You know what I'm saying? Those fancy label clothes. All kind of good shit. So it's like you can come on here, you can create web series using Second Life. You can do talk shows, radio shows, concerts, live performances, all that shit. And it could create an income. If I had kids that was into making money and things like that, we'd be jumping all over this shit. And using YouTube and Twitter, and Twitch, Facebook, using all that shit, you know what I'm saying, as money, for money, as a profit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if kids, you know, if like I say, the parents, the moms that I had been around that had kids and shit, you know what I mean, if they would have been cool with me, I wasn't a bad person. I had my ways, and I explained myself to them. I explained my madness to them, but they just wasn't down with it. And I ain't mad at that, you know what I'm saying? People, you know, we flock towards different type of birds. You know what I'm saying? Birds of a feather flock together. You know what I'm saying? We flock towards different things in life. And some people aren't wise to some of the better decisions that they could make when it comes down to the people that they could have, you know what I'm saying, backing them up. Or the people that they could be backing up in life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the females that I had in my life didn't want to take the journey that I was taking. A lot of them didn't believe in me. A lot of them thought I was full of game. A lot of them thought I was trying to lead them through a path to where, you know, I would gain something and they wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them had a lot of insecurities. You know what I mean? A lot of them wanted things right then and there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I tried to be, and I'm still trying to be the best person that I can be. And when it comes down to these kids, it's like, yo, I hope that anybody and everybody, I hope that, you know, people will start treating these kids better. I hope the government will get better so that way people can have the right tools to give to these kids. There's a lot of kids out there that have so much potential, but they don't have the right tools. They don't have the right people you know what I'm saying, backing them up. You know what I mean? So I talked all this time because I got a lot of passion for this topic. And like I say, you know, if you're still listening, I appreciate it. I thank you. You know what I mean? As my disclaimer says, I'm not the dumbest person. I'm not the smartest person. There's a lot of things I need to research, and there's a lot of things that I have already researched. The one thing I need you to do is to question everything that I'm saying and do your own research on it. But most importantly, I need you to share it with other people. And the reason why I need you to share it is because you never know when somebody's thinking about the same shit that you're thinking about and they just don't have anybody to talk to. My name is Podrey. Hope you have a good day, a good night, and a good evening. One more time. Dump Trump or fuck Trump. Hey, but you know, on the real, I ain't completely mad at Trump. You know what I'm saying? Trump is a real ass person who wanted to do real things in life that they thought they was real. It's like Hitler. A lot of folks would disagree with me, but I think Hitler is a great example of putting your mind to your desires and your wants and making it come true. Not everybody can do that. Not everybody can say I want to run a country and end up doing it. Not everybody's capable of doing that. You know what I'm saying? So people like Trump and Hitler and you know what I'm saying, even Obama, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, I give them a certain type of thumbs up because you know what I'm saying, they did something that some other people just won't do. Some people just don't want to take on that job. You know what I'm saying? Some people just don't have the mental fortitude to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, even though I'm saying fuck Trump and shit like that, yo, the nigga did something that a lot of other people just can't do. And I admire that. Alright? So anyway, I'm up, I'm out. Peace.